Drill now with the defensive man on Bill. You notice if he shapes up on the line of deployment, which is the direct line between the ball and the basket, the only position the defensive man can play on him, simply because he lines up on that line, if the defensive man wants to stay between him and the basket, is directly behind him. There's no other position he can play, and that's very important, and it's something that very few centers realize and recognize. The man can't reach the ball. He brings it to his strong position, the chin position, and he looks inside. You notice the feet are squared up. The feet are square. He's square. He's big square body with the elbow-to-elbow position. That gives him excellent position, and the only way that the defensive player in this case can prevent him from getting the ball if he's on the direct line is by playing one side or the other. Come high side now, Stefan. He moves to the high side, and of course, what's he done? He's deployed himself out of position, simply because of the position that Bill has assumed on the line of deployment. And that's why we call it the line of deployment. He deploys the defensive man out of position. The defensive man has to move out, and with that elbow out, of course, pass comes away from the defense. The toss back can be used on that. You simply throw the ball into one side of the toss back to receive it over there. And he makes his power move to the basket. All right, let's go to base side on this step. Now the defensive man has been deployed to the base side. Bill receives the ball away from the defensive man, from the toss back or from the player. And he makes his quick power move, or his drop step in this case for his short hook, to the inside. Without dribbling in this case. Now, if he wants to make a power move to the basket, he actually will dribble. He'll take one strong dribble and then power to the basket. Right. Excellent. But you notice, hold on just a minute. Same thing now. Let's set up the same thing. You notice what he's done. He's not going to be, see, the elbow is here. Gives him a good width to the shoulder, but he's not fouling. He's not fouling. Now, if he does this, then he is fouling. Of course, he's holding the defensive man. But here, this defensive man is actually fouling him because the width of the shoulder is considered elbow to elbow. That's an excellent move, and he's deployed this defensive man out of position. High side, power move, base side, drop step with the hook or the power move, as the case might be.
One of the most important things when you're playing against a guy who's trying to deny you the ball by either fronting you totally or from the side, like Stefan is doing to me right now, is to hold your position until the last minute. If you release your position, try to get the ball too soon, he can slide over the front of you and steal the ball, knock it away, or grab it himself. But if you hold yourself until the last minute and then jump to get the ball and then continue your play, you'll be much better off as a basketball player.
Excellent point. That's particularly true when you're fronted. When you're totally fronted, which we intend to cover now. Stefan, step in front of Bill now, and front him. Either face guard him or side him, or however you're going to do it. Now he's fronted. Bill is fronted. This is what Bill is making reference to. What he'll do, Bill will hold his position until the ball is practically overhead. The pass has to be a high, over-the-top pass. It cannot be lobbed in there. It's got to be a high, accurate arch over-the-top pass, over that defensive man.
As a big man receiving a high pass, I like to catch the ball. Every pass I get, I like it to be going up.
At the height of an arch, practically.
So the players have to learn how to throw the ball up rather than in big lobs.
It's not an arc. It's not a true arc. It's not a lob. It's a trajectory. The ball is thrown up and out so that he receives it over his head or toward the basket high. That's very important. And it has to have the ball has to have a little pace on it. It can't just float in there, or everybody on the defensive team can react to it, because these guys are quick.